to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll of the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the end of this chapter in our adventure. Our characters have committed the sin of putting a bag of holding in a bag of holding. Can they survive the Astral Sea? Find out as we leave the converging worlds of Dungeons & Dragons in Rejects and Dragons into the dark. Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender, where we are continuing our game of Rejects and Dragons. Today with me, I have Craig. Say hello, Craig.
Howdy, howdy.
We have Greg. Say hello, Greg.
Hello.
And we have Rich. Say hello, Rich.
My name doesn't end with egg.
That's why you go last. So, last time on Rejects and Dragons, you escaped from the alchemist's dinner party. You then fled to the docks, where you found a secret hole in the wall leading down to the artificer's secret hideaway, where you discussed plans on how to evade the guards that would stop you from going back into the main section of town if you didn't have legitimate paperwork, which you kind of did. But it's fine. You found a way. You made a bag of holding. Levi then stepped into the bag of holding, and the bag of holding that he was already holding then entered this other bag of holding, causing a rent in space and time, sucking all of you into the Astral Sea. Upon emerging into the blackness, you looked around, seeing nothing but the faint twinkling of lights in the distance, and I forgot what that shape is called again. Toroid or something, some shit like that.
The donut shape.
Donut. Yeah. The donut floating toward you, menacingly.
A tourist,
I don't think donuts can be menacing, but that's fine. We're menaced.
This is massive, correct? This is like a massive donut? Like humongous?
It's hard to tell when there is nothing to judge size with around you. It could be large and far away. It could be massive and very far away. It could be tiny and close.
Like in our eyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, it goes without being said that the first thing that I do is I go, as we're now thrown into this new world, and I'm breathing, right?
Yes. You suck in, but it doesn't feel like normal breathing, but your body also doesn't seem to be demanding breath.
I stop breathing and see how long I can hold my breath for, just concentrating on that.
Definitely.
And then after doing that, I will try to talk and see if I can just talk.
You do. You talk.
Oh my.
I see everyone like around just floating, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why did that happen?
Yeah, Levi, why did that happen?
Is this the bag? Are we inside the bag right now? Is this
looking around, is it just the three of us?
No, there is also with you a dwarven artificer and a human street urchin.
What are they doing? Look at the street urchin to see how he's handling this.
The street urchin looks immediately panicked as he is pulled through there. Then a glazed look crosses his face as he passes out from the stress of the situation. The dwarf has a little more composure.
Oh, that's not good. I will attempt to like do like the breaststroke to try and make my way over to the street urchin to
as the thought of moving in that direction enters your brain and you go to do the breaststroke, you begin moving at the speed of thought, which is intelligence times 3 feet per round.
Huh. How about that?
Damon shoots over.
Something else I can suck at.
Damon shoots over to the kid and just like assesses his condition to make sure that he's not, dead from planetary travel.
Okay, give me medicine.
I rolled a 13 for a 14.
He appears to be simply unconscious. There are no visible wounds, though you are not able to gauge the wounds on his psyche.
Well, I guess he's not dead.
Well, that's good.
Levi, how did this happen? I thought that this was a formula you knew. You seemed pretty.
I've made the bag before. I've never been sucked inside of this. It's whatever all of this is. Yeah, this has not happened before. But I've never tried to do it inside of your world and never with our worlds what converge.
So wait, we are all in the bag right now, and Calvin cannot carry us to the gate because he's inside. So we just have to get out of the bag.
No, this is kind of more like this is what the bag is made of, and now we're inside of that. I'm actually not entirely sure, but this is definitely not the bag.
But we can get out at some point.
Well, obviously there's got to be a way out. We got here, right?
While this conversation is going on,
I'm
Damon
just
is
sitting
going
like
to
cross-legged, like floating, but also like drifting like back.
lazily in the wrong direction. While this conversation is going on, Damon is grabbing Godril and trying to will himself like forward and backwards and get his astral bearings.
Yes.
And seeing if he is limited in any way, shape, or form while holding Godril.
You are still limited by rules of encumbrance.
Okay.
How you doing
I
that?
don't know if that's true or not.
Hey, you rule it.
Astral.
Damon will reply.
It seems just by will of thought, will of action, you can sort of maneuver around here. You just simply have to think about where you want to go, and envision your position, and your being will be moved there. There's no, I guess, no land, so it's just an alternative means of travel, I think.
That makes sense.
I hope
Baron
it makes sense.
Baron closes his eyes really tightly, and if you listen very closely, you can hear him thinking, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, over and over again. He doesn't move anywhere.
No, he does not move anywhere, sadly.
I would like to try and just parse out what happened and see if I can understand in any of my learnings, if I even have any idea how this could have possibly happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an Arcana, but
Yeah, that'll be an Arcana.
with the disadvantage because again, I don't have planes in my world. Like
Do you want to give me disadvantage? Do I get disadvantage?
No, you don't get disadvantage because you have planes.
Okay.
wow.
All right. I'll take it. So I rolled a 19 for a 28.
I got a 13.
Okay. Your 13 does not know what's going on.
I know it's not the
as
bag,
you yeah. Damon, you have heard of this occurring before when a bag of holding or other similar extraplanar device is placed inside of another extraplanar device.
Damon turns sharply to Levi.
Levi,
Yeah, still just spinning, and then I try and I spin myself towards you slowly. Look at you.
was anything on your person in any way, shape, or form similar to the bag of holding that you were creating?
Let me think. I have my rod. I have my cards. I have my bag. Oh no, I don't have my bag. Probably the bag.
What bag?
Remember the bag, the patchwork bag we found?
Damon's face
It's
starts to whiten dramatically as
You think that was another bag, and the putting the bag inside the bag made this... And Aberan gestures to the whiteness around them of the Astral Sea.
Blackness.
Blackness.
See, I thought it was white too, but no, it's blackness. I look at a Baron and I go, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Damon rubs his temples furiously.
So, creating two different spaces, which is what a bag of holding does. It creates its own plane.
Yeah, exactly.
That other bag was another plane.
Yeah.
And you put a plane in another plane.
Okay.
That doesn't go well. Those are completely separated pocket dimensions.
Oh,
They're not so. In doing so, you've pretty much put two equivalent forces together, and it does not go well. You can't have a plane within a plane like that.
because they're a closed circuit as opposed to having a bag of holding inside of a full plane like one of our worlds. Because they're two closed circuits, when you put them together, it's no good.
Yes,
Are we dead? What is...
we're not dead yet, but it doesn't look great. So look, Levi, do you have any idea where we are?
I didn't know this. I was only certain that we weren't in the bag. That was as far as my knowledge gets me because this doesn't exist where I'm from.
I thought that big hole thing over there, I thought that was the opening of the bag. I thought we were going to go towards that. But
No,
if we're
I
not
didn't-
in the bag, then that is probably the best place to go, as we have no idea where we are.
I agree.
The Taurus is getting closer, and as it does so, you can tell that it was something that was very far away and very massive.
Yeah, let's go toward that.
Or should we run from that? Because it appears to be coming to us.
We have nowhere else to go. If
Yeah.
we're going to find some way to survive here, which, by the way, I don't think we need to breathe, which means we might even not even have to sleep or eat. I don't know.
I note that in my notebook.
What are your passive perceptions?
Mine is 11.
Passive perception is 12.
Okay. Levi, as you are watching the Taurus approaching, you can see out of the corner of your eye what looks like a very large shape obscure some of the distant points of light. Almost like something is moving between you and it, but you cannot see the thing itself.
It's in the
just
blackness.
just
silhouette.
a new blackness that is moving and covering
It's a silhouette.
sections of.
Well, I point out and I say, well, it looks like they're sending something out this way, but we should probably head toward.
It's not coming from the Taurus. It's like as you're looking at it, you're seeing it in a different section of space moving.
Oh, so there's the Taurus, which is that thing there, and then there's a new shape over there that's coming toward us as well.
No, you can't determine whether it's coming toward or away. You can just see it's kind of moving along the star horizon.
Is this the guinea pigs? Is this the other people in the astral plane who get murdered by the Taurus so that we know to run from it? Is that what this is?
Um,
Oh god.
well,
Oh no.
it's like the Taurus is moving toward us, and it's going to follow us anyway. So why don't we check out what that other thing is, and then we can kind of gauge which direction we want to go in.
They are both in the same direction. I see. We go that way. Yeah.
Well, hold on. We have no idea what any of these things are.
You're right.
Instead
there's
of
no
just-
good decision.
Instead of just going in one direction, why don't we at least see if we can observe from afar? If there's a good sign, maybe we follow that. If there's no sign, maybe we just let that move on. Things that are moving, probably alive, maybe threatening, might want to eat us. We really have no idea what we're doing here.
We can be eaten. Yeah. I thought Levi said that we did not have to eat or drink or breathe.
No, you said that. I don't know.
I said that, but that doesn't mean other things don't do that anyway. We gotta learn more about it, Aberion. More about this weird place we're in.
Last time we went to a new place, we got attacked by a bunch of stuff right away.
Yeah,
I fear that may happen again.
anybody got a spyglass or something?
No, I do not think so. We can wait here though and see whatever happens. I guess.
Yes, use your elven eyes to see what you see.
And
I make a perception. I guess.
Okay. What are
and
you trying
Damon-
to observe?
and Damon will try to facilitate it.
See if you can focus in more on what Levi mentioned. Let's see if we can get a better picture of this.
And he'll cast guidance on Aberion.
Okay.
Okay. Are you trying to observe the Taurus or the shape in the stars?
I'm trying to observe the shape in the stars between the Taurus and us. Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of off to the side. It's not in between, but yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Good
it's
enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
That is a 16 plus 2 for 18, and then guidance is what
A
D4.
D4.
And then D4 is a 1, so that's a 19. Got a
Okay.
2. Nice.
As you are watching it, you begin to get a picture when you start looking at where there are the points of light. You can start to begin to put together an image of this thing, or at least of some massive claw that is a part of it.
Of the thing in between.
Yeah. Well, it's not in between.
Sorry,
you can
right.
get to the Taurus without going through it.
While taking in the Taurus, you can, and the Taurus is far away from us. This other thing is within our viewpoint. But just to
Right.
put in perspective how far
Yeah.
away the Taurus is, this thing is floating somewhere in the general vicinity in our viewpoint while we're taking in the Taurus.
And it looks like a claw.
It has
Yes.
a claw.
It has a
Yes.
claw.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's I relay that information to Damon.
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
No, that was fair. That was a good point. Yeah.
Right. So we need to try and just not bother any of these things. Get our feet on land. Maybe that shape in the distance, and just recollect ourselves. I mean, I'm still feeling the alchemist's, experience. I don't know about you guys.
I am not my full self, so getting some rest would be very good, but I want to get out of here. more than anything.
Well, sure, but if we can't defend ourselves, we're not going anywhere.
Very well. We shall make our way to the giant floating circle thing.
I think that's the best course of action. And let's just try and navigate around that giant thing. If we can see which direction it's going, just try and stay in its, I don't know, if it has a blind spot, I don't know.
As long as we give it a wide berth, it should ignore us. If traveling across the desert sands has taught me anything, it is that monsters tend not to stray from their territory. As long as we do not approach where it lurks, it will not come out to find us.
Different theory. We can see it because it's moving, and it casts shadows across its background. If we move, it may be able to do the same.
You're saying moving will allow it to see us?
I'm saying similarly to we can see it because all of a sudden it obscures stars that have otherwise been in its field of vision. Stands to reason, may make us easier to be seen. That's all.
A fair potential, but time is of the essence. We have several details incomplete back in Craig Boshun, greatest named city in the world. And we have to get back one way or another.
Very well. Then if there is something that we could use to hide ourselves, perhaps creating light. If there is a light in front of us, it would not make any light behind us. It would not silhouette us, correct?
No, but then we'd be a traveling light, which would probably be easier.
Then we just move as is.
All right.
Yeah, I think, but until we know otherwise, we should just move with purpose and try and just stay as far away from that thing as possible.
So we're moving toward the donut?
Yes.
Got it.
What is a donut?
We can tell you about that on the way.
And we begin floating towards it. But before we do, Damon looks to the Tinkerer.
You seem like you're a hardy dwarf. You think you got some muscle on you? Maybe you could carry the unconscious orphan boy who works for you.
Pulling up Calvin's stat sheet to see if he can carry it.
As we just laughed about how this is not team strength, and the boy fell unconscious.
I can carry the boy.
Perfect.
And I sort of, I don't know, do a little push to send the unconscious body towards him. If it works that way, I don't even know. What happens when I just push the kid thinking that he's gonna float?
Newton's laws, right? An object in motion.
Yeah. No, he keeps moving in that direction.
Okay.
Catch.
So I guess I need at this point, an athletics to.
Oh
Push him in
God!
No, I'm assuming gently pushing him in that direction.
Correct. I'm just enough momentum. If it seems like he will move with momentum,
And that you were not moving at your maximum speed when you pushed him, thus making him
A bullet.
right.
Mm-hmm.
A boy
Okay.
bullet.
But
Right.
Craig puts that in the back of his head for that last Hail Mary pass when he has to throw an orphan to get away.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Lawful
You
evil.
pass it. You pass the urchin. Calvin grabs him and awaits your direction.
All right, follow me and try and keep as aware as you can.
And Damon starts zipping off.
Baryon struggles to keep pace.
As soon as he notices that the pace is not keeping up with him, he'll backpedal, realizing that he's got an easier feel here.
Okay.
So Damon has a move speed of 60 feet in the astral plane.
Yeah, I got a 54.
What was the formula again? Because I think I'm like 5.
It's your intellect
Intelligence
times
score
3.
times 3.
Oh, the score times 3. Oh, thank God. 36. Okay. I was like 3 feet.
It's gonna be a long eternity.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
And you begin making your way toward the donut. Correct?
Yes, trying to make our way around any large entities that we have noticed,
Yeah,
like for
and I am
instance that
trying to-
clawed individual.
Yeah, and I'm trying to likewise get like a view of like what that thing is and everything as we're going.
Okay. Yeah. As you're going, you can make me a perception check.
Wow. That is a blob. Look at that inky blob. I got a 13.
Since your attention was called to the claw, you can begin to make out the features of it, but you're not getting anything extra from it. But you begin making your way toward the donut. Unless you are doing anything in particular along the way, after what feels like quite a long time, you do eventually reach the donut. By the time you get there, you can begin to tell just how massive in scale this thing is. This is of a size that dwarfs Craig Boshun. It dwarfs any city that you've ever set foot in.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
What does it look like as we're getting closer?
What it looks like is a big metal donut with little shapes of metal etched into the side, so like bars of metal on the outside pushing out. You see some geometric patterns around it. Nothing particularly jumps out at you, but you can see what looks like support structures running around it.
Is there any light coming from the donut?
There is, but it doesn't seem to have a light source. It's rather the surface of it itself is illuminated somehow.
Cool.
Like a
Otherwise you would not have seen
reflective
it in the dark.
illumination or like a glow?
Probably. It's probably like it is somehow capturing the ambient light from these various points in the sky and absorbing it and then emitting it.
Well, this is really cool. I say out loud.
Yes, as long as it doesn't kill us, it certainly is.
And if it is a way to get out of here, it definitely is.
Let's see if we can, I don't know, land on top of it.
The idea enters your brain and your willpower begins to make it so, and you touch down on the surface of the donut.
I just try to walk and not like do I think like I want to move and I just like shift like without.
Yes, you shift. You do not. You're not able, because there is no gravity actually pulling you onto it. So you're not able to. If you try to push off of it, you kind of start to rise.
Okay, so that's not how that works. Great.
Ranks and perform to walk in the astral.
Yeah, a Baryon tries to get down on all fours and tries to crawl along, like using his hands to like
That you
pull
can
himself.
absolutely do.
Okay.
Baryon, come on.
This is a little easier for me, believe it or not.
How will that do when something decides to pick a fight with us?
Well, it won't see me because I'm going to be prone to the ground. So,
I'm just floating above the surface, like.
I'm just saying it behooves you to warm yourself up to our current conditions. The more you can function here, the better you'll be.
I want to be out of here as soon as possible. I will follow your advice for now, though it pains me.
And with that, he musters up the psychic ability to will himself to float vertically and then float along the surface of the donut like a walking person would. He
It's like the
kind of
most
does like
awkward
the,
picture in the world.
I'm imagining
like-
like when you make a dog go on two legs, so it's just like.
yeah. He does like he tries to like move his legs as if he's walking to make it feel more natural. It doesn't help.
It is reminiscent, if you remembered it, of your first steps as a child.
Damon
Yeah,
looks
on
like he's
sand.
floating
On
around
quicksand.
like
I feel like I'm
General
walking on
Zod.
quicksand.
Yeah, I'm just doing like a full Goku. Like I'm face first, like just flying everywhere.
Damon's like standing up straight and just floating and moving with like an irrational physical dynamic to it.
Okay?
No, actually, I was just thinking, your friend was in Craig Bashoon.
Greatest name city in the world.
Greatest name city in the world. Sorry, I didn't say the full name. Craig Bashoon, greatest name city in the world. Your other friend who you were with probably isn't in your plane anyway.
I mean, that's fair. With the I don't know, whatever happened that sort of mashed up all of our realms. Chances are good your friends and family are probably not where you left them last. That's to say the least.
Which is probably better knowing a lot of these worlds than what you've told us of your world.
Yeah, yours sounds kind of like the pits, I'll be perfectly honest with you. It sounds bad.
I do not know much of the magic that happened, but I only know that my companions would likely be moved. I do not think your family, who is safer, at least not at the location of whatever tower it was when the convergence, as you called it, Levi, happened. So I would not assume that anyone else would be affected. Only those that were with you at the incident.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So your other companions should be elsewhere. So maybe we'll find them here. Maybe we'll find anyone here or anywhere else that we go.
Did you have other companions, or was it just the Tinkerer?
You said companions.
I had one more. I hope we find her.
Oh, I suppose Abaryon's wife is somewhere out there.
No, she's not. He gets kind of like taken aback at that comment.
You know what
Calvin chuckles
you know
in the
what a wife
background.
is?
No, I know what the wife is.
It's fine. We understand lovers.
she's not my wife.
That's universal in all of our realms, I believe.
Love is universal language, I say, while upside down.
Yes, indeed. Well said. Well said.
I do not think it is not like that. That's all I will say. I will leave it at that.
As he turns away, Damon looks up to Levi floating above him and goes,
He's embarrassed about his loved one. What a wuss.
and he starts floating purposely in a different direction, looking for some sort of, I don't know, shelter at this point.
Yeah, a way to get in a hat, a door, a person.
Right.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Cool.
And I will echo this out and say, we need to find shelter, first and foremost.
Wait, what for? We don't need food, we don't need sleep. Why do we need shelter? We just need to find a way out of here, right?
A place where we can be safe in general is the first step to survival.
And I rolled a 9 for a 14 total.
Okay. Is anybody else doing said searching?
I am. I rolled a 1 for a total of 5. So I'm like, guys, this is made of metal. Run my hands across it.
You got it. So, Damon, as you are looking around at it, you do not find anything immediately. As you look around, you're not actually seeing any signs of very raised sections. It is pretty much uniform as it goes around. But you do believe that you found something which might be a hatch of some kind.
What do we have over here?
And he'll awkwardly gravitate over to it, just standing up straight as he floats at a 60-foot speed towards it. And then he'll land next to it and start investigating and wave the group over.
We've got a hatch.
Does it look like it has like a lock or anything on it?
No, it doesn't have any kind of handle or anything like that. But when you're looking at it, you can see an etching around it that appears to be door-ish shaped, and you can see the hintings of hinges set within one of the sides.
Levi, do you think Ivy could possibly pry this thing open?
Maybe, but maybe there's like a mechanism, and I start just kind of like running my hands like just over it, seeing if there's like just something there to like push.
Damon floats back 15 feet as he begins touching it.
Go.
Okay. As you touch it, as your hands are laid upon it,
Yay!
a series of symbols begin to glow on it in a grid-shaped pattern. 9 symbols.
Levi, are you triggering a trap? Get away!
I sit cross-legged and float. And I'm gonna try and I have like perception for traps and stuff. Like I understand things like traps and magic. Does it look like that? This looks more like a code.
It's a keypad. It looks like a keypad.
I look at my thieves' tools and I go, that's not gonna do it. No, I think this is how you make it open, but you probably have to know the code. But maybe if we fail the code, it'll let someone know we're here and they can let us in.
That doesn't sound good.
Why? If we go in there's going to be people there anyway.
We need to find people in order to find a way out.
I mean, you're all assuming that these are cooperative people.
I don't assume anything. I know that we're standing on top of their shape, and that if this is the place that we're choosing to go into, then the odds are we're going to run into somebody anyway. So by expediting that, we're expediting it.
Or, there's another idea. We look for a different entrance. Maybe not the one that has a code and probably doesn't want people to go through it.
I imagine all of their
an
security
intelligence check from anybody who would like to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I'm not good at this, but I would like to make it.
Rolled a 2 for a 7.
I rolled a 7 for an 11.
And
Come
Barion
on.
rolled a 2 for a 3.
God, come on!
Got your back.
Okay. Levi, as you are looking at it, the symbols, one of them appears slightly familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Hey, guys, this symbol looks really familiar. Can somebody help me place this?
I am not sure if I
don't
would
know
be
if
of
that's
any
enough to like give us
assistance.
a check, but
It's
There's
probably
something-
from your world.
The it's shifting a little bit as you look at it. It's not like it's a steady glow, and it's probably interfering with your interpretation of the symbol as you're
oh,
looking
gosh,
at it.
dang it. All right, well, I increased the stat for a reason, so I'm going to try and dig into my... I did it for...
Oh, you boosted your special one?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk to a war criminal.
I mean, at this point, I've basically damned us to purgatory, so it's like, there's only so much worse I can do to us. There's only
There is. Like, kill us. Please don't do
Exactly,
that.
That's like the last rung.
Please don't.
Greg, we're on borrowed time. Just say
So,
goodbye to a Baryon
do you-
now, and we'll just push.
You don't actually do the thing and, like, clunk on your head, right?
No.
Okay.
That's me, because I don't actually have a person living inside my soul, so I don't even know what that fucking looks like.
Okay. You reach within your psyche and draw forth the personality and intelligence of the alchemist. What is your question?
Well, first of all, this is crazy, right?
Yes.
Do you know what these symbols mean? I'm at a loss, and you existed for a lot longer than I did.
I have not seen these symbols before. They do not seem to be anything from our world. If you've seen one before, it must have been since you came here.
Like from maybe one of the discs? Oh, maybe. I actually take out my etchings.
Okay. You take out your etchings.
Yeah.
And as you do, you can see the symbols on your hand as well that are still there from when you went through the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Just still triggered from our portal.
And though it is not an exact match, it does match one of these symbols on your hand. And as you're holding up your hand beside it, you can see that this twisting pattern that's happening with these symbols, it's making them temporarily look like other symbols on your hand.
All right. So before I do this, I'm actually going to
okay, Greg?
I'm going to use communication with the group.
I'm having both me and Barion are having the biggest brain aneurysm right now, trying to understand what's happening.
Do you need me to explain it more?
I kind of get
the
it.
symbols on the grid look like the symbols on our hand, but they're also changing to look like
So
other symbols.
it's kind of like if I had like a V and a line, and then occasionally it's like A, and then it goes away, right? Like or like it kind of starts to look like something, but then it shifts into something else in some other way. So I relay this and I say it's possible that this is that when you type something onto this, it lets something know where you're from. So essentially, if I look at my world or the middle world or whatever and push that in here, it goes, oh, this is a human from this place. Plop. I don't know.
So these
I don't know what
stones,
this thing does.
the stones that connect us to our world, this,
and Abarian holds up his hand that has the symbols on it.
this is how we connect to a portal. This is a gate. This is a kind of portal. We just have to put in the code.
I do not know whatsoever. This thing is the size of a city, and so my brain tells me that it is a city. But that's probably just because of its size. It could just be a giant gate. You might be right.
The size of this place is beyond a city. Closer to a region would be my guess. But as far as whether or not this is a portal, I don't know, and let's be honest, our luck has been pretty shit so far, so chances of this being a portal, slim. However, Levi, if you would like to put your hand on it and try and make a portal pop out, we will all move about 60 feet away and watch.
That's fine. It would probably make a portal from the middle area anyway. We'd all be sucked in anyhow, so it's pretty irrelevant, and I start doing it.
Move!
Okay.
I literally try and put my hand kind of almost over it, and I just start tracing, basically as it lines up, I trace, I try and just map the symbol.
Okay. Okay. Which symbols? Which symbol or symbols are you doing?
So here's the thing. In my brain, I feel like the intergalactic police did a raid on our fucking tower, and I don't want to be and that's us from the tower. Let me put in the tower symbol. So I'm kind of scared to do that. So I guess I would probably actually do Damien's world, because we know about it. We know how to get back from Damien's world, right? That makes the most sense, I think.
Name's Damon. It's even written there. It's not Damien.
Oh, it is.
You gotta be kidding me, Rich.
All right, so Dow 3, I'm gonna try. No. You know what? I know my world too, and I know where the portal is there, so I'll do my world.
Do you know where the portal is in your world?
It's in the city.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so you wait for the symbols to line up, and you try to draw a line through the symbols that lead to your world. And as you hit the last symbol, the edges of the hatch begin to emit steam of some kind, and it begins to rise.
Nice. I pat Ivy and I go, this place is really cool.
Should we be ready to attack? Or what is happening?
Let it play out.
Let
Let it play out.
Literally taking notes. I go, I don't think so.
It swings up, revealing what looks like a ladder emerging into the darkness.
That's weird in a place where you can float, but okay. Hey guys, the ladder. And I just start going down slowly.
Okay. As soon as the majority of your body crosses the threshold, gravity returns to you.
Oh, nice.
However, It is pulling you toward the outside.
Oh, it's trying to push me out.
Mm-hmm.
We're upside
you roll
down.
like a deck save or fall out.
Yes. You can give me an athletics.
Okay, you got it. Let me get rid of that then. That was not the roll because I did a dex on that. So going to athletics. Wow, man, athleticest caster that ever lived.
Okay.
Yeah, so I catch myself, but you guys see my feet dangling out. And I go, oh, that's weird.
You rolled a 17 for an 18.
Yeah, I assume I catch myself with an 18.
Yes, you catch yourself.
All right. So I yell, all right, guys, there's a force in here, so grab the ladder when you get in. And I start climbing up.
Oh,
A Baryon zips over to that fucking goddamn ladder.
Okay.
We've never seen him move so speedily with his psychic movement.
Damon lets the
Valerian,
Tinkerer
you
go
enter
next.
the hatch, and life returns to normalcy, or some semblance of it, as you feel weight again.
Praise the Maker.
This gets more interesting by the moment.
Damon lets the Tinkerer go next and follows behind.
Very well.
Where's Godril?
Godrill is being carried by the Tinker, so he goes very slowly up the ladder.
I will help him with the body once weight returns. Unless, like, how long is this ladder? Is there like a floor that we get to, or?
You don't see the end of it yet.
Okay, all right. I guess he'll be below me, so if he needs help, I'll help him.
Okay.
And this is a dark, like, going down or up the ladder. I guess up the ladder. It's dark in there.
Then Damon will pull out his drift globe and say his command word and allow it to illuminate light around him.
Okay. You are surrounded by metal on your sides, and you can see, how far up does it illuminate?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. You do not see the end as when you enter at first. However, after you've climbed about 40 feet, you do see what appears to be another hatch at the end. However, this has a lever.
Oh, yeah, I yell back, oh, close the hatch behind you, I guess.
Damon will try to close the hatch.
Is there a handle on that side?
No, there is not.
Okay. No, there is not.
And he'll pull out his, like, sickle, and he'll try and, like, hook it around the edge and, like, pull it closed.
It closes some. You get it as far as you can, but it doesn't move further to latch into place.
That's fine. We tried.
Well, that's a good start.
You also notice that breathing has returned to you.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Takes in a couple deep breaths.
Oh,
And it feels good.
So it's not like stale underground air.
No, it's not.
well, now we can find a place where we can rest. So let's keep going up this ladder and find wherever it leads.
Oh, I haven't stopped.
Yep. Levi reaches the hatch at the top.
There's a latch on the side.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give it a cursory look for like traps. Does it lock?
Okay.
I got
Good
a
roll.
3. I am really looking at this.
It's investigation, not perception, but
My bad.
Ooh, there it goes.
yeah.
Technically, my investigation is better.
Yes. So you do not find anything that leads you to believe that there is a trap or that it is locked.
All right, pop that bad boy open and
As soon as your hand touches the lever,
yeah.
the hatch at the other side closes and seals.
The other one just closed. What'd you do?
I opened this one up here, and I just keep opening it at that.
Yes, you turn it, you push it up, and you see, well, immediately you see what appears to be grass waving at the opening. And then you look up and you see buildings rising around the grass. And then you look up at the sky and you see upside down buildings above you.
A Barian is not gonna like this.
Donut. Oh no! As soon as a Baryon catches up to Levi, yeah.
I actually closed the hatch a little bit, and I look down because everyone's right behind me.
Yeah, I'm right behind
All
you.
right. Yeah, it's me, you,
Tinkerer,
Calvin,
and then, yeah.
Calvin with Godril, and then
Yeah.
Damon.
Damon. But I stop and I just look at you, and I'm trying to be like as nice as I can, and I'm not like an uncharismatic person. I just don't generally bother with it. But I look at you just straight in the eye and I go, hey, so this place is really weird. So I just need you to get ready for it.
It cannot possibly be weirder than floating around with my own mind.
I take
as
your
long
face,
as I can
like,
breathe
whatever you're looking at, I
and
make you look at my
eat.
face.
And
It's pretty weird.
okay, I don't think it can be weirder than what we were just in.
And then I poke my head up through the thing,
I go up.
and I see the upside down buildings and the grass and everything. Okay, this is weird.
And as you poke your head out and get a better look, you can see that these buildings are heavily damaged. Many of them destroyed.
Well, I get all the way out because I need to wait for everybody else to get all the way out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I can't just live in the ladder.
Yes, and as you emerge from there, you can see very clearly that you are in what appears to be a ruined city.
That doesn't look great.
The Alpha Complex.
No!
Gonna avenge Ted. Okay. So, we've got ruins. Could be worse.
Be better.
Damon will think about trying to go up and see if anything reacts.
Unfortunately not.
Okay, that's
City
fine.
appears to be in ruin, like many of the cities in the planet that I come from. Perhaps they have a central hub where there is a portal that we could use to escape. It is
Certainly
worth checking out.
possible. Yes, I agree. The other very important thing to acknowledge here is that this is a city, which means there's some sort of civilization here.
Or a light.
It means there may be other people here, for better or worse.
Should be an god. I agree.
All right. Well, I say we fan out as usual. Baryon, care to take the lead?
Well, there is one thing before I take the lead. What do we do with Calvin and Godral? We can't just have them tagging along with the group. I mean, if we encounter someone who is hostile, they are sitting there, they could be defenseless.
Agreed, a potential hindrance, but we need to find shelter first before anything else.
Also, if we leave them anywhere else, then they'll be without our protection.
I'm just saying, would it be better for them perhaps to wait on the other side, outside in the astral, wherever, where they cannot be harmed?
Is there a giant clawed monster out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
give that a no.
But, I mean, if they were
Unless
close
he
to-
feels like it. I don't know. Calvin, how do you feel about floating in the ether with a little boy with clawed creatures floating about? You've got a say in this.
When you put it like that, it does not sound terribly appealing.
I mean, hey, I'm not trying to put ideas in your head. I just wanted to see how you feel about this.
He is definitely trying to put ideas in your head. He is. That is what he
I
does.
mean, those are the facts that we know. We only have 3 facts. We can float, there are giant clawed monsters, and there's a donut. Those are what we know.
I think
Again,
I
I don't know
would
what the
rather
donut is.
set up a haven in one of these ruined buildings than find out what that clawed monstrosity was.
I think that's a pretty good idea. Your boy Calvin here's got a good head on his shoulders, Baryon.
Yes, that he does.
And I
Alright.
give him a wry smile.
Well, Baryon, how about you find a nice cozy spot for your good friend Calvin?
I slink away
We should probably
without a word to find a house for Godrill and Calvin.
we should probably all stick together and find a suitable stronghold, as it might be where we're all going back to sleep.
We can at least try and tail a Baryon, and hopefully he'll find a good spot or not.
You could try, but is he actively
I'm
trying to
I'm
stealth
actively
away?
sneaking. I'm slipping. I don't want to be spotted by nobody. I'm sneaking.
I'm gonna try and see you.
Yeah, I will take that stealth roll in this situation as you were in conversation with them.
All right. Stealth. Do I get advantage because I'm using my boots of elven kind?
If it gives you advantage, then sure.
Read it again.
Uh-oh.
Boots of elven kind say, while you wear these boots, your steps make no sound regardless of the surface you're moving across. You have advantage on dex stealth checks that rely on moving silently. So I guess this would be visible.
Yeah, this is going to be at least partially visible, so it would not apply.
All right,
Don't
well,
worry,
it's
buddy. You're
still-
getting away from us.
That's a 14 plus 7, so that's a 21.
Oh, you were the
wow.
chosen one. There's no way I catch him. So I rolled a 7 for an 8.
So
And
we'll
Rich-
just follow. Ah, man.
And Levi?
Rich rolled a 16 for a 20.
I rolled a 16 for a 20, and it was a 20 and rolled over to 16. So like,
21 beats 20, baby!
Abarion, I will take a perception check and an investigation check.
All right, great.
We'll just
Two
follow
things-
him and, oh, where'd he go?
I just sit down and start drawing in my notebook.
That was a good one to get a 20 on.
That's a nat 20 for that perception check, and a 3 on my investigation. I noticed it, but I can't really understand.
Your investigation means that you unfortunately don't find a building that is together enough in order to serve as any kind of reliable haven. There's plenty of buildings with 3 walls, but you didn't manage to find any with 4 and a ceiling.
Rough.
What your perception check means is that as you are making your way through the streets of this ruined city, you begin to hear clicking.
Nope.
Repetitive clicking along the ground ahead of
Along
you.
the ground?
Yes.
Like underneath me?
No. Like on the ground.
Like a sharp
Ticking.
Like a metallic clicking?
Yes.
Because we're in a donut?
Yep.
That's
Okay.
worse, actually.
All right, this concerns me. I'm very worried that this is just a giant mechanical millipede, and we're messing up with his little house. Okay, all right.
worry about
Abarion's
Condors.
gonna make his way back to the group.
What is your passive stealth?
Passive stealth. That would just be 10 plus my mod. That'd be 17. Pretty good.
Better than any of us bozos.
Seriously.
You make it back to the other bozos.
I'm sure he'll show up eventually.
Damon.
What? Welcome back.
I slipped away. I tried to find a suitable place. Unfortunately, it seems as if most all of the buildings in here are destroyed. Whatever happened here, it was very bad. Also, this may be a little strange, but given the state of everything else that has been happening to us over the past 24 hours, it really can't get much stranger. There is a very weird clicking sound. It appeared to be following me around as I went through the city. I'm not sure what that entails, but I thought you should know.
So just to recap, you didn't find a building that we could stay safe in, and you heard a clicking sound that was following you, and you came back here to us.
It was through the city. I do not think it followed me. It was not aware of my presence.
Eamon
As
just looks
you
over
were-
his shoulder as he's talking and tries to
You
see
would
if there's
hear the
anything of
clicking.
note.
If it was here, you would
Uh-huh.
hear it. That's how sound works.
Sure.
Okay.
And he looks to see if there's anything moving around out there.
Perception
I'm
check.
telling you, it did not find me. Okay.
No. I totally believe you.
He says as he keeps it. He's very,
You're not.
very
you're not
notably
convincing anyone. You're not convincing anyone.
rolled an 11 for a 12 for perception.
I rolled a 12 for a 16.
Neither of you hear any clicking.
I totally believe you. I 100% believe you.
Now giving full attention to Aberion.
Well, it seems your stealth is renowned for a reason. Interesting, but no shelter. Calvin, any chance you could make do with 3 walls?
Duh.
All right.
Go somewhere else.
Then Aberion, why don't you show us to a building that you found that has like the best 3 walls?
Very well.
I lead the group.
There are buildings on the sky ceiling. There are other places we could go that might not have metallic clicking.
How do we get up there?
Probably just walk.
Oh, is this like Halo, where like the ground wraps all the way around? Okay,
That is correct. You are on the inside of a donut shape.
Or Elysium or Mass Effect.
Levi, though I agree with your assessment, just look where we are, and now look up, or even onto the side. How far do you speculate that distance is?
Use my intelligence to speculate that distance.
Okay.
The right answer.
Gotta be more
And what
than
did you-
20 yards. I rolled 10.
You rolled a 10. Yeah, it looks pretty far.
Pretty far. And I don't know how the curvature works, so yeah, that's fair.
I think it's safer for us to just try and bunker down, really rest ourselves and recuperate for whatever else is going on here.
Okay.
I lead the way, following the path that I took, the stealthy path, to one of the ruined buildings that was a little nicer than some of the other ruined buildings.
Okay. You make your way to a slightly nicer ruined building.
Can we also look as we're going?
For what?
Nicer building.
Yeah, just take it in the surroundings as we follow him.
I tried my best, guys.
You can try.
I don't know that you got a bad roll, but I would be looking anyway because I'm,
Sure.
George says through gritted teeth.
that is definitely
The
the
city's
best building.
destroyed, guys.
This is the best building. This place is F.
Why did I throw it too? I have a feeling.
For an 8.
I have a feeling Fantasy Grounds
4
isn't
for an
going to let
8.
us get this. So 8 for a 13.
Fantasy Grounds choose it.
Yeah, it sensed
Yep.
George's anger.
All right. So you do not manage to find any better buildings. Aberion indeed found the
Aberion.
best one.
noticed you both looking around again, not trusting.
I'm drawing everything, so I'm always looking around.
Ariane, I don't know where you're getting all these trust issues from. I'm simply trying to take in a new environment.
Not very becoming of Baryon.
Oh my god, he's gonna murder you one of these days.
Yeah, Barry is losing a lot of patience with the two magicians who fucking got us into this mess.
Whoa.
This is just proving just how
And you barely
bad
understand the mess,
sorcery
and you
is.
don't really know that.
He
You
probably
just hear
knows.
him let out a very, very long sigh.
So I will take perception checks.
Here we go. Ticking time.
Ticking time. Oof.
That is an 16 plus 2 for an 18.
Rolled
Okay.
a 3 for a 4.
I'm too busy talking to a Baryon about how we're really friends. I'm like, look, we're friends. It's okay. Let's do it.
Do you hear something?
Abarion, you do hear the clicking again.
Quiet.
Don't
This time, you hear it coming from up ahead, but also from behind.
There is something approaching from the front and also from the back. We may be surrounded. Shit.
shoot.
Hunker down here. I will scout up ahead.
I'm gonna
Do not draw attention to yourself.
I try and hide.
George, question. Without the light that I have coming from the drift globe, is it just dark?
It looks like the city is in perpetual twilight.
Nice.
So you can see, but not what you would see in daylight.
Okay.
Human life. He got that dark vision.
Okay. Damon is going to grab the drift globe and put it in his coat, but he's not turning it out just yet.
Okay. And Abarion is scouting ahead.
Yes, so the clicking that's coming from the front.
As you make your way down the street through the buildings, you don't need to roll.
I hide. No, I'm hiding.
Okay. So you make your way down the street toward the clicking, and as you do, you see rounding a corner what looks like a large metal spider with blades for arms and a transparent body filled with gears. As it is moving, you see it releasing some kind of almost webbing from it, but this webbing almost appears like metal, and it is weaving it into the buildings.
Like repairing them?
Yes.
It's fixing the buildings?
So what it appears to be doing.
Okay.
Or
okay.
just changing them, maybe.
Am I able to see this webbing, like the filaments, like the fibers that come out of the spider anus? They are visible to the naked eye, or at least to
Yes.
my eye. That's
Yes.
very good. Okay. Okay. I'm going to silently make my way back to my compatriots.
Okay.
And I get back okay?
Make me a stealth roll.
Oh boy, that's what I was watching out for. Okay, all right. The spider's not looking at me. Can I get advantage because I'm using my boots of elven kind?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, glad I rolled an 8. Come on. And that's a 16 for a 23. There we go. Whew.
Whew.
All right. I silently
Nice.
creep back. I'm scared. George is rolling. Perception.
Okay.
Damon holding the drift globe under his jacket.
I easily find you, and I see this fucking glowing shit, and I'm like, what are you doing?
No!
I told you. Shh. I told you to hide.
Maybe don't sneak up on a guy. I can't see anything in here.
Okay. I found a strange creature up ahead. I am not certain that I've seen anything like it before. It had 8 legs, a bulbous sword with
And then I kind of pull out the amulet that I have, which is like the gear, like the cog, because I have like the right. I have the Mechanist amulet or whatever that gives me the average roll. The clockwork amulet, that's what it's called.
It had something that looked like this inside of it, and it was weaving what appeared to be metal. I know it's incredible as it sounds, but it was weaving a sort of metal thing, and there appears to probably be another one over there. They seem to be fixing the buildings, or at least repurposing them for their own means. I'm not sure if we should wait, or if we should make our way back. There are probably more of them throughout the city.
Well, if they're improving on the architecture here, that could serve to our benefit. If we were to
agree.
just see how long it takes for them to complete a task on a building and learn their mannerisms.
The other thing is, if they finish whatever task they have set out to do, we do not know if more of them will arrive or if they will be hostile to intruders.
Well, if they are repairing a building, like you said, it looks like there's a lot of bad buildings around here, if I'm not mistaken. I think it would stand to reason if that's their focus, they're going to keep going. It's just whether or not they are aggressive or if they are assisting.
Right, so that means any building that we pick that is dilapidated, they will investigate eventually.
There is a chance, yes.
So then, should we use a building that they have already fixed up? Because that runs the risk of running into more of them.
Depends if they're in it or not. We don't know why they're building it back up.
If we can get past, I don't know, just talking out loud, if we can get past them, maybe we can find a building they've previously visited that has been repaired. Would you be able to identify the changes they've made to some of these buildings? Uh-oh.
Perception checks.
Ooh.
Is the clicking closer?
Hiding.
Man, I got nothing. Rolled a 9 for a 10.
Levi?
Really, I'm not the carrying force in this episode because I do not want to be that person. It's a 17 for a 19. My rolls have been really good today. I'm not looking forward to this.
I got a 14.
Okay. Aberion, you see, as you have walked back toward them away from the one spider, you see the other one make its way across the alley. You can see it again, emitting that filament. However, this one, you can see something else inside of it.
Oh no, is it a person?
Yes, it is a person.
Oh man.
You see the remains of a person inside of the bulbous body being probably repurposed into whatever building it is doing.
I clap my hand over Damon's mouth as he was mid, and I point with my other hand over to where the spider is so that he can see it as it's making its way across.
Damon's eyes dart to the direction that he's pointing.
And then I will take that stealth check, Damon.
Uh-oh.
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. New episodes release every first and third Monday of the month, but stick around for the next part of this week's adventure. Meanwhile, if you're ready for a live experience, follow our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/RPGblender to join the adventure. And if you missed our live character creation or previous episodes of the adventure, or are just interested in some RPG tutorials, find us on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender. Or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We also have a tip jar and merch store if you'd like to contribute to improving this show. Links in the description. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey. Copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.
I like Calvin.
Calvin is pretty great.
You did this to me.
He's right. He had like a good gig, and we sent him, and we just dragged him.
You have ruined my life.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Calvin.
I don't think these spiders are into commerce.